Bradshaw the Fourths in the maybe pile. Middle school. I was still shaking my head when Sammy, my cafe manager and general right-hand woman, poked her head through the doorway. "Sammy, you need to look at the applications I got yesterday." I grabbed Bradford Bradenton Bradshaw the Fourth's and the middle schoolers' papers from the pile and held them out to her. "I'd love to." She held out a single finger. "But your interview is here." I glanced up at the clock. She was almost 10 minutes late. That irked me, but I didn't think it was reason enough to dismiss her without even speaking to her. Maybe she'd gotten stuck in traffic, or been getting in her car when she realized her blouse had a big grease stain from the pizza she dropped on it last time she wore it. Sometimes those didn't come out in the wash. It happened. I knew from experience. "What do you think of her?" I asked. "Does she seem like she'd be a good fit?" Sammy shrugged. "She just came in and said she was here for her interview. I didn't really talk to her." "Did she apologize for being late?" Sammy gave me a sympathetic smile. "Nobody's perfect, Fran, no matter how much you'd like them to be." I resisted the urge to point out that I couldn't imagine having a more perfect employee than her, and stood up from my chair. "Well, hopefully she's a good fit, because I'm tired of looking at resumes." I followed Sammy out in the cafe and looked across the counter at the girl she pointed out. My heart sank. I was pretty sure a pizza stain on her blouse wasn't the cause of her lateness. A cat attack seemed more likely, or a vigorous sword fight. Under certain circumstances, I could have forgiven her for wearing a t-shirt and jeans to an interview. Some people just didn't know better, and this place was just a coffee shop after all. The holes were what really got me. I could see at least 5 in the baggy black t-shirt, one of which was a slash across her abdomen that left a gaping swath of her midriff exposed. Her acid-wash jeans were similarly scattered with holes. If they hadn't somehow been still attached to her, I would have thought she ran them through a shredder. I looked at Sammy imploringly, silently begging her to tell me I was looking at the wrong girl. Instead, she leaned over and said quietly in my ear, "It's the fashion." She inclined her head slightly towards a group of college-age girls who had set up camp at one of the tables with their laptops, a stack of pastries, and their lattes. Their clothes, too, looked like they'd spent some time at the mercy of a razor. I sighed and resolved myself to ignoring her outfit, and her lateness, and her hair needing a visit with a comb. I took one more look at Sammy, hoping she'd finally admit that Persephone was a no-show, then walked around the counter to the girl. "Hi, Persephone?" I gave her a warm smile and stuck out my hand. "I'm Fran. It's a pleasure to meet you." She stared down at my hand before slowly taking it, if you could call what she did taking it. It was more like she slipped her hand limply into mine and allowed me to attempt to shake it. The second I released it, she pulled it back and wiped it on her jeans. I clenched my teeth and forced myself to keep smiling. "Why don't you follow me to the back, and we can get started?" I turned and headed for the back, catching Sammy's eye on the way. I widened my eyes, knowing she'd caught every second of the awkward greeting and attempt at a handshake. She grinned back at me, but didn't make any movement to let me know that this was an elaborate joke, which I was still wishing it was. My hopes momentarily dashed. I led Persephone to the back, pulled up a chair opposite mine, and sat down, gesturing for her to do the same. She peered down at it, made a face, brushed off whatever invisible dirt she thought she saw, and sat down, perching on the very edge of the chair. I gritted my teeth some more, then smiled big. "So, Persephone, what makes you want to work here at Antonia's?" I listened to the seconds literally tick away on the little wall clock above.